That's the key here.
What about a longer term? They say it's such a short-term deal. It's not enough to go through with.
It's a 3-year deal, and that's not something that I've sat around and worked out amongst my political advisors. That comes from Vic Forests, the independent arm that looks at these matters. They have their own board. It's pretty much the same board that advised the previous government. There's just not the timber there that Mr. Tilley or anyone else thinks is there.
So how can you buy it and run if there's not the timber there?
Well, no, there's 80,000 cubic metres in the coming year, and 60,000 cubic metres in the year after that, and another 60,000 in the year after that, and
which he says isn't enough.
$70 or $80 million worth of timber sitting in the yard, Neil. So we are very confident. We've done a full due diligence on this
already.
Absolutely, we've been because this is the key.
But he says you haven't even been talking to them.
That's just not right. That's just not
One
right.
reply came a minute before the board meeting.
Well, that's just not right.
Not right.
We have been working very closely. We have a very good understanding of the underlying fundamentals, the, if you like, financials of that business, because we made a $5 million offer of additional financial support to the business. So we don't make offers without checking that the business is viable. So, look, this is not about an argument between the owner and me. It's about the workers. I said that I do everything possible to save their jobs. I am. Well, if we can't find a commercial buyer, then we will step in as a government and we will purchase the mill at a fair and reasonable price, because I'm confident these workers can continue to turn.
Point. He says it's not for sale.
Well,
They'll move.
That's what he's saying on radio today. I would ask him to reconsider that, and we're prepared to work through in good faith. Not on air, Neil. We'll do it
fair
properly.
Enough. But
and
have they
privately
indicated to you off air that it is for sale?
No, we've not had discussions with them about us purchasing the mill as such. We have there has been discussions though about other parties that are interested, and there are other commercial parties that are interested in purchasing the mill. So I'm very confident that the quality of the products really speaks for itself. The workers, they're a great workforce. I said that we'd do everything we could to save their jobs. We will.
But the problem is the timber supply, not the quality of the work or the strength of the workforce.
And at the offer that's been made by Vic Forests, there is still an opportunity for it to be a viable business.
But the business denies that. The business says, no, you can't do it this way.
And again,
I mean, they are, with respect, your government, their business. They know their business, don't they?
And we've had officials of our departments, Vic Forest, we've had all sorts of experts looking at this matter.
But they're looking at the timber supply, or they're looking at the feasibility of the mill?
Both. And it's on that basis. It's on that basis that we will fully make good on our commitment to do whatever we have to do to keep this business and these jobs going. We're not having this mill close. Now, if the current owners are unprepared to sell, they're unwilling to sell, well, people can make their own judgments about that. But the notion of moving to Tasmania, this resource is there and available. These workers are highly skilled. They're critical to Heyfield and that region. And if that's the best criticism that can be made of our attempts to keep these jobs, well, then the individual you just had on is free to make them. But it's not an argument we need, it's action, and that's what I'm proposing.
Yeah, but he is also saying that the government has been slow to get involved and to negotiate it, and maybe now we need a moratorium, a 6-month moratorium to sort it out. What about that?
Well, I met with the head of Nippon Paper yesterday. He travelled out from Tokyo. We have reached a long-term agreement with them. I can't announce the details of that today. I will soon. That's the third meeting I've had with him. He's the CEO. And there are 1,000 jobs at Australian Paper that are at risk. And if you provide unsustainably high levels of resource timber to one mill, then we will not be able to meet our legislated obligations, and we will directly put at risk 1,000 jobs at Australian Paper in 5, 10, 15 years. I'm just not prepared to do that. The notion that we've not been working hard on this is just wrong. The notion that we haven't been talking to the company again, that's just wrong. I'm not interested in having an argument, though. We're interested in acting. That's what we foreshadowed today. And as for being respectful or otherwise, I spoke with Anthony Wilkes, who's someone who I think has captured all of our hearts, if you like. These jobs are worth fighting for, Neil. I spoke with him this morning before I spoke to the media. And if the management are unhappy about that, well, he wrote me an open letter, and I'm only too pleased to speak with him today and say that we will fight for his job.
He's been trying to speak to you for a month.
No, I've spoken to him a couple of times actually.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, that's
a month
right.
Ago.
On the phone this morning before I spoke to the media, because I thought that was the right thing to do.
No, I spoke to him last week and he hadn't heard from him and he was worried.
I keep running into him. I've met him a couple of times, and we've had very, very important discussions. None more important than the one this morning, where I indicated to him that if we can't find a commercial buyer, we will buy the mill. Simple as that.
All right. So the mill's on the market by the sound of it, in your view.
Well,
This mob's not
that is our view.
Ash is not continuing.
Well, I'll leave them to make their own announcements, but they have advised us that they're not prepared to operate under the terms that Vic Forest have offered them, the balanced and reasonable terms. That's a judgment they're free to make. There is another way forward, and that's either us helping and working with a commercial operator to buy the business, or us buying the business. That is the Victorian taxpayer. That's how confident we are that this is high quality product, a great workforce that's got a strong future.